This week on TGC News, a Mac 11 that takes GLOCK mag, CZ and Girsan drop new pistols, and Hornady wins with the DoD. TacPack is an enthusiast subscription service that is focused on bringing you the stuff you need straight to your door on a monthly basis. Every month is different, and you can be met with gun parts, accessories, cleaning gear, or even some bigger and cooler shenanigans. And because you're subscribed to TGC, if you use the code TGCBAG over at TacPack.com, you'll get a free grab bag with your next order. Welcome back to another episode of TGC News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. If you own a semi-automatic rifle, hit the like button. Maybe we can show the politicians our numbers in a subtle way this week. Also, don't forget to check out our quarantine fun series called Gaming with Gun Tubers over on our podcast channel called TGC Surplus. It's on YouTube, and we go live a couple times a week, and it's mostly uncensored. You've been warned. Now, how about some news? First up this week, I don't even really know what category this falls into. It's called the 35 DMG, and it's from Masterpiece Arms. I'll run down the specs and give you some thoughts. At the core, it's a side-charging 9mm semi-auto with a 5.5-inch barrel and is basically a Mac 11 with less NFA. Beyond that, it's got a KAK shockwave brace on a side-folding mechanism out back, a pick rail on top for an optic, a machined grip with some nice texture and hefty finger grooves. Then you have a quad rail out front that covers the barrel extension or faux suppressor thing. This would be where they expect you to attach a real suppressor that fits under the handguard. And something I left for the end, it takes GLOCK mags. Yep. Another one. There's one last thing that I have to mention because it bothers me. Looking at the side profile of this gun, you see two weird things. First, there's a small Picatinny rail section at the front of the receiver. It's lower than the one in front. They say this is for a light or a laser, but if you're going to put your hand up front, that completely blocks that spot. The laser's going to hit your hand. It's super weird. Also, the position of the mag release seems off as well, since it's sort of like inlet behind the trigger guard instead of into the actual grip area. That could be an avoidance of potential patent issues, but it's still pretty goofy. And here's the best part of it all. I expected this gun to be like, I don't know, $500-600. It's not fancy at all, but nay. The MSRP for the plain black version is $800. I suppose if you are looking for this specific style of gun, maybe as like a silencer host, and you really want a gun that looks like this might be your only option, but looking at it compared to something somewhat similar that takes GLOCK mags, like the Ruger PC Charger, which has the same MSRP, I would probably grab the Ruger first. Now, that is without having ever shot either of those, so Lord knows I could be way off and one could be way better than the other one, but that's a story for another day. I want to know what you guys think of guns like this. Is $800 fair for this gun, or do you think it should be a lot less? Do you think it's maybe worth more? Have you shot one? Would you rather have something like a Ruger PC Charger over this? Sound off in the comments, and let's talk about it. How about a little pistol news? CZ has announced another new version of the highly acclaimed Shadow 2. We covered the SA or single action version not long ago, and now they've announced a new optic-ready variant of the gun. It's the same out-of-the-box goodness that you expect with a Shadow 2, but now it's cut to take an optic. Honestly, I'm surprised it took them this long. Any company now that doesn't have an optic cut as an option, especially if the gun costs more than, I don't know, like $500-600, you're just asking for booze when it comes out. MSRP on the new OR version of the Shadow 2 is $1549. And we have another new handgun coming to the market. The gun is one that they import from a company called Girsan, and it's called the Regard Gen 4. Smart viewers will notice that it looks a buttload like a Beretta 92 variant because it's basically a clone of that gun. I'll keep the specs simple on this one. 4.9-inch barrel, 18-round mags, and an MSRP of $562. Honestly, the main reason for me bringing this gun to light is me trying to learn. There are tons of clones out there. Some are good, some are absolute trash, but it makes me wonder how a company like Beretta feels seeing guns like this on the market. Same goes with Ruger and the 1022 clones, or Glock and SIG and the clones of their guns. Just about every super successful design has had some clone variant hit the market, and I find it strange that it's sort of allowed to continue in a lot of cases. They're really similar, and they're just like, oh, I guess we can't do anything about it. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of the clone market, if it makes sense or not. I want to hear your thoughts. Besides that, I want to give a shout out to the designer of this gun, because they were silly enough to put windows in the grip when the gun takes metal magazines that are not see-through. It's like you're looking at the side of a metal magazine. The promo press release, this is great. The promo press release for this gun shows rounds through the window. It's a metal mag, and they're showing rounds in the gun. Come on. Let's fire up the not-so-struggle bus for our next two companies. FN America recently won part of a contract for $383 million to supply M16A4 rifles through the U.S. Army to foreign militaries. Apparently, the contract was split with another company known as Colt. That is a boatload of money. I'd be interested to see how that sort of gets split up between those two companies. Colt loves them government dollars. Also, in not-so-struggle bus news, the U.S. Department of Defense has selected Hornady 6.5 Creedmoor ammo for its long-range sniper platforms intended to engage from 0 to 1,200 yards. This comes on the back of the DoD deciding to ditch the 300 Win Mag Mark 13 rifles in favor of a 20-inch AR-10 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm just surprised they didn't go with the 20mm Lottie. I mean, that really, the skis really make that natural choice for them. In all seriousness, this will be a good thing for the 6.5 cartridge as a whole, and hopefully we'll see it become more of a standard as time goes on. Neomag offers a slick solution to discreetly carrying a spare magazine securely in your pocket. Available in small, medium, and large to hold anything from 380 to 10 mil. Also now available are the extended clip versions, which allow you to carry deeper in your pocket or carry your spare mag with an extension. Utilizing strong neodymium magnets, a steel backer, and titanium clips, these things are built to last. To get 10% off your entire order over at theneomag.com, use the code TGC10. It's time now for more Friendly Fire, the segment where I answer your questions from our loyal Subscribe Star supporters. If you aren't supporting us over there, please click the link in the description and go do that. First up, Lop C says, are there any rotating barrel pistol designs that float your boat? I only know of one out there that's readily available, and that's the Beretta PX4, and since that hasn't been updated in a very long time, I'm not interested. Next up, Ryan Morrison says, what are the best bang-for-buck 1911s for a noob to consider? My two favorite affordable 1911s are the Ruger SR 1911 and the Smith & Wesson E-Series. They're not the cheapest out there, but both are solid guns for the dollars you pay for them. And William Moonen says, do you think lapping scope rings is necessary? In today's market, any good set of rings or a scope mount with rings built in, that should not need any lapping. Precision machining is a real thing, and you shouldn't need to, if you buy a good one, lap the rings. I know a lot of folks still think this is something you absolutely have to do, but I just don't see the need if you buy decent gear. My Friendly Fire question to you guys, what do you think is essential for every EDC loadout? What do you think is absolutely essential? You gotta have it in everybody's EDC loadout. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on this one. If you want to ask a Friendly Fire question, jump over to Subscribe Star and support us on there. And that is it for this week's show, guys. I would love it if you hit the like button to show your support. And if you think we've earned it, get subscribed as well, as always. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.